All right. All right. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We're going to get everything situated here. All we're going to do is plug in our joystick thing here. We already have our flight plan going, so appreciate you guys tuning in. And we're going to get this thing going here. So we are flying from New York over to Canada today, just outside of Toronto. So we're going to be departing from Tri-Cities CZZG, and we're going to be flying over to CYOO. So we're going to get this thing going and up and off the ground in our NeoFly adventure here. I think we're on episode number 79, I believe. Let's go ahead and pull that up and figure out. Yeah, 79. So we're going to get this thing on the ground. We already accepted the mission. So we're going to go and take off here.
Hello, pilot. Let's see what's on the books for you today.
Transporter from dispatch. Some VIPs are going to an important meeting this time. They're waiting for you in the boarding parking.
All right, so we got live weather, live time going on here.
The VIPs are just starting to board. Stand by.
So 5 passengers boarding. And we currently sit at almost 9.7 million.
Transporter from dispatch. Everyone is on board. Let's go.
All right. Yeah.
Everything looks good from where I'm sitting. Taxi to the runway and take off.
All right, so we're sitting on runway number 21. We are good to go here. I do believe we already have our flight plan in here. Let's have a look-see. No, we don't. This is it, though. So arrival CYOO. We just imported the flight. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna be flying up here and going this way. We are looking good. All right, so we're gonna fly out and make a right. We're gonna also open up our nav maps here. We're going to change this to our departure and then CYOO for our destination. So we're looking at about 165 nautical miles as a straight shot. So, all right, and we got somebody flying over there right over our direction. So we're going to go ahead and take off here. So emergency brake is off. We can get rid of this for now. We're going to go to altitude. We'll move it up to about 5,000. 5,100 should be good enough. We're going to change our heading to straight out. We're going to get rid of our flaps. Trim is fine for now. So buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. We are taking off here in the Cessna CJ4.
Pilot from dispatch. Fly safe. These customers don't like excitement.
So I guess we got a VIP mission. Watch our speed here. Speed should be good because we still got the wheels up. or wheels down. We are going to get our adjustment here. Alright, airspeed's at that. Alright, we're going to retract our wheels. And we're leveling off here. We're going to reduce our throttle so we don't scare our passengers. And we get a nice cruise speed going. So weather looks good here. It looks like it was raining a little bit earlier this morning if we were to do a night flight, but we ended up getting some more rest, so much needed though. And then now we are going to go ahead and contact communication.
Approach Cessna November 11361 is type Cessna C25C for miles northwest of Kilo Charlie Zulu Golf, 5,100 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna November 11361, approach. Squawk 5447.
Alright, so we are sitting at 1013.
Squawk 5447.
We'll find out what the altimeter is over there. Or up this way. I think it might be somewhere around this.
Radar contact 6 miles northeast of November Kilo 49er, 5,100 feet. Altimeter 29902.
Roger, Cessna Tree 61.
Alright, so 2992
Contact Binghamton approach on 127.55. Good day.
is pretty much 1013, so we'll go ahead and leave that as is.
127.55 for Cessna Tree 61.
We're going to reduce our throttle just a little bit more because we're tipping out on the red there. Haven't scared the passengers yet, but don't want to.
Binghamton approach, Cessna November 11361, 5,100 feet. Cessna November 11361, Binghamton approach, altimeter 29902, radar contact continue. Cessna Tree 61, contact approach on 118.6. Good day.
Lots of handoffs here up in Binghamton.
118.6, Cessna Tree 61. Approach, Cessna November 11361, 5,100 feet.
Cessna November 11361, approach. Altimeter 29902, radar contact. Continue.
Alright, so what does SimBrief have as our mileage here? 201 nautical miles.
Cessna Tree 61, contact Elmira approach on 124.3. Good day.
.3, Cessna Tree 61.
And let's pull up our, so runway 12. Is what we have for our destination here. So we're gonna have to fly up and over. We'll probably pass the airport and make a left-hand turn. So we'll see if we do that. That's what will bring up our, we're going to select the runway here. We'll select runway 12. It's 4,237 feet. In length. So we're going to be coming up to Watson's, what is that? Oh, Spring Creek Golf Club. There was also Watson something. Four Seasons Country Club. Cherry Downs Golf Club. Hawthorne Valley Golf Club. Wow, there is a lot of golf courses right here. There's Watson's Glen Golf Club. Wow, so Lake Ridge Links Golf Club. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 golf courses. Maybe even 7 right here. 7. Right in this little immediate area. That's crazy. There's another one. There's 8, 9, 10, 11, so 12. There's a lot of golf courses right here. So very cool. I'm pretty sure that's another one. Yeah, so we're going to be coming in for runway number 12. We'll probably head down here and then make a right-hand turn or a left-hand turn and do some parking over there. So very cool. Probably grab something to eat over at Mandarin Restaurant or maybe Olive Branch Cafe. So, but once again, guys, do appreciate you tuning in. Love and support on the channel has been amazing. I'm having a blast. I kind of wish I had more time to pump out some more videos, but it is going, and I'm still going to try to keep going as many as I can. But for the meantime, we're going to check our cruise speed here at 214. That was our flight attendant Camille just finished our distribution of drinks, and they have our passengers are sitting at 80% happiness and still rising. That'll go up a little bit more, and we'll go ahead and do that. I'll do another one in a little bit as soon as we get a little bit closer to the airport or a little more further into the flight, I'll say. Probably about halfway into the flight, we'll do another one. So we're looking good. Oh, I guess we still got a tune approach here. We kind of lost contact with ATC.
Elmira approach, Cessna November 11361, 5,100 feet.
Cessna November 11361, Elmira approach, altimeter 299er2, radar contact, continue.
Alright, and then let's go ahead and get an exterior view here. And we'll get a thumbnail picture going. So the Cessna Citation CJ4. Go ahead and grab this one here. And we'll save that as episode 79. I do like that one too. Now I'm confused. I don't know which one to do. Let's go ahead and do this one. We don't do the back of the plane too much. So it's episode 79. We'll overwrite that one. Call that one a day there. We're coming up to some kind of lake here, or river. Looks like it might be a lake. Let's go ahead and figure out what that is. So there we are sitting here. Here is this lake. Oh, nice. This is Seneca Lake. We've flown up around this point before. Because I think Seneca Falls or something is like right around here. There's Ithaca, Bath, Geneva, Seneca Castle. I don't think that was it though. There you go. Seneca Falls is up here. We've flown right up around that way. So this is not new territory for us. We got a nice boat there right in the middle of the water. See how far we can zoom in.
Cessna 361 contact Elmira approach on 124 decimal tree. Good day.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and head back into the cockpit and talk to ATC.
Going to 124 decimal tree. Cessna tree 61. Elmira approach. Cessna November 11 tree 61. 5,100 feet.
92, radar contact continue.
Pull this back over there so that I can see that a little bit clearer. And we'll go ahead and adjust our heading here. A little bit more towards Seneca Lake there. I don't know if it's Seneca or Seneca. I think it's Seneca. We're going to be heading up sort of in between Rochester and Buffalo, New York, and then flying over Lake Ontario. But we are looking at, let's see, 137 nautical miles to go to the airport. So I hope everybody's enjoying their week here. What is it, Thursday, May 22nd? We're going to do a little bit of personal stuff here. cap locks is off. Can never remember how to get into stuff.
Cessna 361, contact approach on 119.55. Good day.
I just knocked my whole microphone over. Alright, so we gotta get talk to ATC here.
Going to 119.55. Cessna 361. Approach Cessna November 11361, 5,100 feet.
Cessna November 11361. Approach. Altimeter 29902. Radar contact. Continue.
Alright, something look. Alright, so we were sitting at 97% on NeoFly for the happiness for all 5 passengers here, so everybody is looking good. And we are coming up to probably about the halfway mark. We've got 113 nautical miles to go, which is roughly about 19 minutes. We are coming up to Lake Ontario there. We can probably even adjust our route here just a touch to the right. Probably not too much, just a couple of clicks. So we'll go ahead and do that. Because I'm more going by nav map than SimBrief. But I use SimBrief to get our initial flight plan in there. And then what I did here was we can even do this. because this is like a super tight turn here. We can probably pull, this is an airport, we'll go over this airport. Trying to wonder if I should not do that or not. Maybe we'll pick like a waypoint. Doesn't seem to be too many waypoints like right here. But if we add this waypoint, that makes it a little less abrupt turn there. This is 4.6 miles, which is good enough. I think that should be good. So there's our like a modified flight plan, which should be a lot better. So we'll meet up with this pink line here of where we're going. And then now this total flight plan makes that 185. So once we get over Lake Ontario, Pickering and Ajax, Greenwood, Green River, Claremont, we'll be lining up with runway number 12. And another good way to do, or to utilize nav maps, the way I used to do it, was if we do a measurement from the airplane to our point here, it gives you the direction of 322, which is, or 332 or 22? 322. And we're currently at 332, so we can actually reduce this down. And adjust our heading just a little bit more to get a little more of a direct path. And you got to do it quick because we're a moving target here, but either way we're probably just like a degree off or so. So we're gonna fly up that way, and that should take us directly over there, and we're going to be passing over Waterport, Clairtown. Where's Rochester? Rochester will be to the right, Niagara Falls will be to the left, along with Buffalo and Lockport. But either way, we are coming up here, and then as soon as we get to we are cruising with the elevation here. So we're going to click on our CYOO airport here. We're going to be in Canada. Airport elevation is 452 feet, so about 2,000 feet is probably going to be a good point here. There is just a little bit of a elevation bump right here. So if we zoom in, we can see this. And we're going from like flat. This is going to be like Lake Ontario all over here. And then we're going to start bumping up. It looks like, I'm looking at that yellow box to the right on the bottom, 736. So a little over 700 feet is going to be like the peak, and then our airport sits at 452. So 2,000 feet is probably good. So we're going to be coming up to the water here. Crossing over Interstate 390. That's this road right here. Just another little historical point here. New York Museum of Transportation sits off here to our right. And then we're going to be passing over Scottsville right here to our right, and to our left is not too much after that. Another museum and whatnot. There's a Genesee County Village and Museum by Mumford. And we can starting to see Lake Ontario here in the distance. So apparently no Mad Dog. He has ditched us apparently. So no co-pilot on this one. Although on here, I'm pretty sure we do. We got, let's see. We click here. Where is it? Hangar, maybe? There's Mad Dog. There's Camille. This is Hurricane. She's flying the TBM 930. And Snoop is flying the CJ4, same thing as us, but this is a rental one. We own this one. We own this TBM 930. We also own the Cessna 172, and we also own this one, another TBM 930. So, but no pilots on those. But they were going. So with Hurricane, they just had the flight attendant Amina, and Snoop with the CJ4, it's a requirement to have a co-pilot. So they got Gucci and Chloe as the flight attendant, and they're both up currently in the air. And if we click on here, so we got Hurricane. They are estimated landing at 2:11 or 12:11, so about a little over a half hour, maybe 40 minutes from now. And Snoop has a estimated time of arrival of 12:17, so about 45 minutes. So 40 minutes, 45 minutes, they should be landing and earning some money, hopefully. And we're going from there. So we're going to be creeping over the $10 million mark. We'll figure out something to do with that. Maybe buy a new plane. Thinking about getting certified in another one. We haven't done that in a while.
for Cessna CJ4. Approach Cessna November 11361, 5,100 feet.
Cessna November 11361, approach, altimeter 29902, radar contact, continue.
So if we look at our certifications here, we got A, B, C, D, and E certified. I was thinking of getting certified in F so that we can fly a 747. We can also do recertifications if we want and try to get the all 3 stars on these. Might be something to do a little bit later on. Bring up our flight here, make sure. All right, so they're 91%. They're wanting a drink, so we're going to go ahead and send out Camille, give her drink distribution, and get that thing going there. So they are looking good. All right, so we got 78 nautical miles to go. I'd say like when we're, I don't know, halfway over the water of Lake Ontario, we'll start our descent here. Let's see what these airports are. Dawn Patrol Aviation. Reminds me of Paw Patrol. we'll see what we're looking at. So 35 minutes into the video, not too bad. Should be less than an hour here. Nice weather. We'll take it.
Cessna Tree 61 contact Cleveland Center on 125.875. Good day.
125.875 for Cessna Tree 61. Cleveland Center, Cessna November 11 Tree 61, 5,100 feet.
Cessna November 11 Tree 61. Cleveland Center, altimeter 29902. Radar contact, continue.
All right, Camille has finished the drink
Cessna
distribution.
61, contact Cleveland Center on 125.2. Good
We're
day.
sitting at 100% here. So we're going to acknowledge the handoff as we're over Lake Ontario.
Cessna Tree 61.
We're not quite halfway over yet, so we don't need to descend too much yet, but we will get it ready.
Cleveland Center, Cessna November 11 Tree 61, 5,100 feet.
Altimeter 29902. Radar contact, continue.
Alright, so 5,100 feet is our current altitude. We're going to knock this down to, we said about 2,000. So we got that ready. We won't actually descend down to 2,000 yet, but we will once we get halfway over the lake.
Cessna Tree 61, contact Toronto Center on 1 tree 4.25.
Alright, that might be our cue. So we are now contacting Toronto.
Going to 1 tree 4.25, Cessna Tree 61. Toronto Center, Cessna November 11 Tree 61, 5,100 feet.
And the reason being,
1361, Toronto Center, altimeter 29902, radar contact, continue.
is that we're crossing over the border from US into Canada. So we're going to go ahead and hit our FLC mode here, and we will drop our throttle to make our descent. And we can see beautiful Canada over there. Also just going to do 2 clicks over to the left, and then there's our airport, CYOO, so we can actually tune to the tower, announce or request a full stop landing.
Toronto Tower, Cessna November
Hopefully they
11
give us
Tree
runway
61,
number 12. If they don't, we'll have to figure something else out.
3,700 feet with Oscar to land.
Cessna November 11 Tree 61, Toronto Tower. Altimeter 29902, fly left base runway tree 0.
Alright, so we're going to acknowledge.
Make left base runway tree 0, Cessna Tree 61.
And we've got left base.
Altitude.
So what we are going to do here at this point is we're going to delete out that. We'll delete out this. We're gonna select the runway 30. And we're gonna go ahead and measure this to here. So that's 35. So we're going to adjust our heading here and switch over. And we're at 17 nautical miles away from the airport. So we're a little bit here, so we're going to have a little bit of a tighter turn there. So we can actually probably go ahead and adjust this just a little bit more to the right so that we can give ourselves some room to land here. We are going to go ahead and retract our landing gear. We're going to turn on the passenger seatbelt and safety lights. We got a lot of boats out here. There's one cruise ship over there and a whole bunch out there. So I believe that's probably our airport right over there. We got the 3 green lights on the landing gear, so we are good to go there. And we're pretty much going to touch land. And then we'll make a left-hand turn. Yeah, that is the airport right there. We're looking at 2, 4, 6 boats. 7. Alright, not for the boat counting. But we're going to go ahead and get a little peek over the dashboard. Sit up, get ready for our landing here. So our airspeed is a little bit low. We're going to increase our throttle just a touch. And we're also going to introduce some flaps at 15% or 15 degrees. Is that a building? Yeah, I was thinking that. Didn't know if that was cliffs or not, but that looks like a building. Alright, we're going to go ahead and adjust our heading here towards runway number 30, which is going to be 330. Did it kind of early, so we can probably go ahead and make this a little bit of a wider turn. And we can probably drop this down to
Altitude.
1600, I think that is. Probably in 3, 2, we'll go ahead and adjust this Now to the 330 or 3329. Probably even more. Actually, you know what we'll do? We'll just go ahead and turn off autopilot.
Cessna 61, wind calm, clear to land runway 30.
There you go. We got clearance for landing.
Clear to land runway 30, Cessna 61.
Alright, speed looks a little heavy. We're going to reduce that down. So I think the parking is going to be off to our right. I'm going to go ahead and introduce a little more flaps. See how that does. Definitely a very populated area here. All right, 32 degrees of flaps, or 35, I'm sorry. Alright, airspeed looks good at 122, 121. Go ahead and cut the throttle to idle. I'm gonna flare up.
Well, you've landed. We'll send maintenance to check the gear after you park.
Alright, I don't think that was too bad of a landing.
Taxi to parking and shut down your engine.
Cessna 61, exit runway when able.
Alright, I think we can exit here.
Cessna 61, contact ground on 118.4.
Alright, so we got... Go ahead and set our parking brake right real quick. We got A to the left, A to the right, D is straight ahead.
118.4 for Cessna 61.
We're going to request ground services here. Don't want pushback. We don't want takeoff. We just want to land, ladies and gentlemen. We want to go to the Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and do our parking. Nobody seems to want to request parking. So we'll go ahead and take taxiway A here. I think we got the tower. Uh-oh. Where are we going here? Alright, let's not do that. We'll park right up over here. And we'll call this a day. So we'll set the parking brake here. We'll go ahead and shut our engines down.
Okay, the VIPs are leaving the aircraft and are heading straight to the limo.
We'll go ahead and check our log here. COO minus 387. I didn't think that was that hard of a landing, but is what it is. That is okay. Plane is all good to go.
Okay, that's all the VIPs off the aircraft now. A job well done.
Alright, up to 9.7, and then Snoop and Hurricane will be landing soon as well.
Start your engine.
And we'll be hitting a 10 million mark pretty soon. So once again, guys, do appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the love and support. Hope you have a great day, and we will see you on the next one.